Europe continues to grapple with wildfires. A new wildfire started in Greece in the village of Kouvaras, 60 kilometers southeast of Athens, mobilizing over 170 firefighters, according to the Greek fire service, while Hellenic police helped evacuate an elderly woman whose garden was engulfed in flames. Meanwhile, firefighters in Italy's Lombardy region were battling flames on Sunday. Firefighters said they used water-dropping airplanes and helicopters to bring flames under control in mountainous areas, including around Lake Lecco. Italian environmental NGO Legambiente has already estimated that over 80,300 hectares have been burnt in Italy this year. In Albania, firefighters, helicopters and the military worked through the night to contain a large wildfire burning on Mount Kruge, as authorities evacuated residents from several villages and arrested one man suspected of accidentally sparking the blaze. A fire which began in the Spanish region of Huelva last Thursday has already burnt through 20,000 hectares as firefighters struggle to control it due to changing winds. France and Spain have already seen historic wildfires so far this summer.
A 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck western Colombia on Monday, killing at least 111 people and causing severe property damage. The earthquake occurred at 7:34 a.m. local time, with its epicenter in San Jose del Palmar in the department of Choco at a depth of about 82 kilometers.
Es un temblor muy fuerte, nos sorprendió y pues hombre, evacuamos lo más rápido que se pudo.
Sentimos que empezó a temblar, pero el tema es que no paraba, no fue tan fuerte, pero fue muy largo. Entonces, al no parar, uno empieza a temer porque se empeore o se ponga un poco más duro.
Among the affected buildings is the Manizales Cathedral, one of the city's great architectural landmarks. Cali is one of the hardest hit areas, with at least 25 buildings having suffered severe damage and many having collapsed with people inside, raising fears that the death toll will continue to climb. Rescue teams from various cities are heading to the affected areas to carry out first response work within the critical 72-hour window. The country's new president, sworn in a mere days ago, has pledged full institutional support.
He ordenado suspender toda la agenda que tenía en la capital de la República para concentrarme en el desastre natural que hoy azota a nuestro sufrido pueblo colombiano. He citado a una reunión de urgencia, un puesto de mando unificado, en las oficinas de la UNGRD en Bogotá. Allí estaré con todo el equipo tomando determinaciones y acciones. Personalmente voy a liderar estas acciones para llevarle soluciones a nuestra gente en el departamento de Chocó, en el eje cafetero y en otras zonas del país que han sido afectadas. No están solos.
The international community is also beginning to mobilize in the wake of the disaster. Countries including the United States, Chile, and El Salvador have offered aid to Colombia and expressed their willingness to collaborate in emergency response efforts.
Floods and landslides after 9 days of heavy rain have killed at least 13 people in the northern Philippines. 4 died in Baguio after a rain-soaked mountainside collapsed onto several homes. Rescues were searching for at least 6 people still missing. The mountain city recorded nearly 1.5 meters of rain between August 1 and August 9, which is 47% above its normal rainfall for the entire month. Beyond Baguio, landslides killed 6 people elsewhere on Luzon, while others died in separate weather-related incidents. Flood waters were receding in parts of the region, but heavy rain continued as schools and government offices remain closed across Luzon.
In Spain, the government has raised the figure of migrants who entered Ceuta to 80,000 and unaccompanied minors registered in the city so far to 1,400. Hundreds of minors were lining up as early as 5 in the morning on Monday to register and request assistance. Meanwhile, the Minister of Territorial Policy, Ángel Victor Torres, stressed that the priority is to achieve family reunification in their countries of origin, or alternatively in Spain. The president of the autonomous city of Ceuta, Juan José Vivas, has called on the government to assume sole command of the situation and requested detention centers for migrants who remain in Ceuta. In addition, the government has increased civil guard personnel on the Spanish North African exclave by 40% and the national police by 30%, while denying new vacation visas due to the migration alert. Italy and Denmark are calling for deportation centers in the wake of the crisis, denouncing Madrid over what they called a soft stance on migration. Giorgia Meloni's government in Rome established controls on travelers arriving from Spain following the crisis, a move which Spain mimicked on incoming Italian travelers retaliatorily.
Bueno, yo me imagino que es una manera de proteger su país también, ¿no? De todo lo que está viendo aquí en España.
Entiendo la medida que ha puesto Italia a España, pero me parece un poco absurda y un poco de pataleta al niño pequeño lo que ha hecho España con Italia.
Sánchez está teniendo ataques de todos lados y no es justificable lo que está pasando.
Italian Prime Minister Meloni and her Danish counterpart Frederiksen have published a joint statement rejecting what they called uncontrolled migration. The two leaders also vowed to protect what they called Europe's Christian cultural heritage and also called for third country return hubs for migrants. The only two female leaders in the EU, Frederiksen and Meloni, noted that despite coming from different political backgrounds, they are united by a shared commitment to defending Europe. The two leaders also raised concerns over rising crime rates, increased pressure on public services, and an erosion of public trust as direct results of illegal migration. The joint statement came as no surprise, given Frederiksen and Meloni have emerged as the EU's most vocal advocates for a tougher migration policy, which was put under further strain last month after tens of thousands of migrants from Morocco rushed the Spanish autonomous city of Ceuta, the vast majority of whom have since returned home. Following the incident, Italy and Denmark led an open letter to the EU institutions, signed by a total of 22 member states, calling for coordinated action to combat illegal migration.
Iran has insisted that the United States meet its demands before the Strait of Hormuz reopens. A foreign ministry spokesperson said on Monday that it is up to the US to stop what he called illegal destructive actions.
مادامی که محاصره دریایی آمریکا ادامه داشته باشه طبق قطعنامه 3314 مجمع عمومی سازمان ملل متحد، محاصره دریایی از این جنس به مثابه عمل تجاوزکارانه است. مادامی که سایر نقض‌های آمریکا تداوم داشته باشه، خب شرایط لازم برای این که بگیم تنگه هرمز تبدیل به یک آبراه امن شده وجود نخواهد داشت.
Tehran has said it wants the US to lift the blockade, pay compensation for months of war damage, lift economic sanctions and release Iran's frozen assets. For his part, US President Donald Trump had warned on Sunday he was ready to let economic pressure mount against Iran, apparently backing away from more military strikes. Trump's comments come after Tehran set conditions over the weekend to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The waterway normally carries about 1/5 of global traded oil supplies. Its closure has become the war's most lasting consequence, driving global energy prices up. Meanwhile, Iran is holding separate talks with Oman over transit through the strait, including potentially a temporary shipping corridor.
Ithaca, in the Ionian Sea off the western coast of mainland Greece, lies far from the country's most popular tourist destinations. Despite its crystal-clear waters and stunning coves, it has never been among Greece's established tourist hotspots. Now, however, following Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, fans of Homer and Odysseus are adding Ithaca to their travel itineraries.
I studied Greek when I was a child, and I studied The Odyssey. I like Odysseus, and this is my dream.
The mayor of Ithaca expects tourism to increase following the Hollywood film, although he says the full impact will become clear during the next tourist season.
Ακόμη δεν υπάρχει μεγάλη επισκεψιμότητα στο νησί λόγω της ταινίας. Ο προγραμματισμός αυτός θεωρούμε ότι θα γίνει από του χρόνου, όπου η ταινία αυτή σιγά σιγά θα παίξει σε όλο τον κόσμο και έτσι όλοι θα μπουν στην διαδικασία για να έρθουν στο νησί.
Local business owners, however, are already seeing signs that the island is gaining international recognition following the film's release.
Ήδη με τους τουρίστες που έχω επαφή συζητάνε για αυτό το έργο, ότι κάτι θα γίνει. Άραγε αυτό έχει ήδη, παρόλο που δεν έχει παιχτεί σε όλα τα σινεμά, σε όλα αυτά, έχει ξεκινήσει μία διαφήμιση και μία αναγνώριση από τον κόσμο βάσει σε αυτό.
Souvenir shop owners have known for years what draws many visitors to Ithaca, none other than Homer and the Odyssey.
Έρχονται διότι γνωρίζουν για τον θρύλο του Οδυσσέα και του Ομήρου που έγραψε την Οδύσσεια και νομίζω ότι και αυτό περισσότερο, αλλά είναι και ένα πολύ όμορφο νησάκι.
The permanent exhibition Light on Homeric Ithaca presents archaeological finds that link modern-day Ithaca with Odysseus' legendary homeland.
I think it's a good way to get more people interested in Homer and in mythology in general, but it's definitely not accurate to the original text.
Από του χρόνου θα γίνει μια εντυπωσιακή αύξηση που μπορούμε να πούμε ότι θα είναι και τους μήνες που συνήθως είναι νεκροί. Δηλαδή τον Οκτώβριο, ίσως και τον Νοέμβριο ή τον Μάρτιο, τον Απρίλιο, που συνήθως είναι ήσυχοι μήνες στην Ιθάκη. Και πάλι θα καταλήξει ότι πίσω από αυτά είναι η ταινία του Νόλαν σε πρώτη φάση, αλλά πίσω από την ταινία του Νόλαν είναι ο Όμηρος.